Have you ever loved someone so much you brought them back from death after a car crash? No? Or how about fought a haunted house together? No? Okay, surely you've had to stop your crush from killing all the boys in your school. No? Okay, well, since it's spooky season,
I love Halloween.
I thought it would be the best time to take a look at the best horror girlfriends I've seen in movies and TV shows. A warning, there are spoilers ahead. At number 7, I've put Thelma and Anja from the 2017 psychological thriller Thelma. Thelma tells the story of a lonely and repressed young woman from an ultra-religious Christian family who has recently moved out to attend university. She begins experiencing seizures and strange visions after meeting the beautiful Anja. She also starts developing these uncontrollable psychokinetic powers after meeting her. I recently watched this movie for the first time, and Thelma and Anja have some insane chemistry. It is discovered that Thelma holds the ability to will anything she truly desires to happen. This can quite often lead to some dark outcomes, like making Anja disappear because she's trying to suppress her feelings for her. I would have honestly ranked this couple higher since their chemistry is incredible. I just can't get past the fact that there is no way of knowing if Anja's feelings were real or if Thelma was just controlling Anja's feelings and making her fall in love with her. At number 6, I've put Lizzie and Bridget from the 2018 psychological thriller Lizzie.
You need me help. You have it. Let's be certain if you say that. I am.
Lizzie follows the true story of Lizzie Borden, who was accused and acquitted of the axe murders of her father and stepmother in 1892. The movie shows the meeting of the two women, shows their relationship grow, the struggles both women had to face, and the eventual tipping point that led the women to plan the murders of Lizzie's father and stepmother.
This attachment you formed is unhealthy and must end. Please don't force me to put it any more bluntly than that.
Anything with Kristen Stewart in it gets an instant ranking from me, and these two definitely don't hold back in this movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Unfortunately, this movie doesn't have a great ending for the two. They are both still alive, but after the murders, Bridget is so traumatized by the whole event, she leaves Lizzie and moves to a farm in Montana where she lives the rest of her life out. Lizzie lives the rest of her life alone and ostracized by her community and sister. The movie is a slow one, but like I said, Kristen Stewart makes it all worth it. At number 5 is Jennifer and Needy from the 2009 horror film Jennifer's Body.
I thought you only murdered boys.
I go both ways. But we always share your bed when we have slumber parties.
Jennifer's Body is a dark comedy horror that follows the demonically possessed high school girl who goes on a killing spree of her male classmates. Her best friend Needy, who is fully in love with her, finds out about her killing spree and tries to stop her. Unfortunately, the only way to stop her is to kill her.
Do you buy all your murder weapons at Home Depot?
God, you butch.
So, not a great ending for these two either. I didn't watch the full movie for the longest time. I had watched the YouTube clip of Jennifer and Needy kissing so many times when I was younger and in the closet, but I was awful with horror movies, so I didn't watch the full movie for ages. The movie is actually top tier though, and came out way before its time. Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried have so much chemistry. Like, they only had one kiss scene, but that kiss scene has been watched by lesbians around the world. The clip on YouTube has amassed a whopping 412 million views. I think that clip was a gay awakening for many sapphics out there. Moving on to number 4 is Maddy and Leena from the 2013 horror film All Cheerleaders Die. Similar to Jennifer's Body, All Cheerleaders Die is a dark comedy horror. It follows Maddy as she joins the cheerleading team with the goal of getting revenge on a guy called Terry after he had attacked her. She plans to seduce his girlfriend as a way of revenge. During a party in the woods, Maddy does end up seducing Tracy, which pisses Terry off, and after a fight and a car chase, he kills Maddy and Tracy and some other cheerleaders in a car crash.
A car crash?
Fortunately, Maddy's ex-girlfriend Leena, who is still super in love with Maddy, was following her, and after seeing the car crash, brings the girls back to life using her Wicca magic. But they come back to life as sort of zombie vampires. They need to feed off people and drain their blood to survive and thrive. The cheerleaders go on to kill all the boys that had killed them earlier. This film is actually a lot of fun, and I love Caitlin Stasey, so of course I'm always keen to watch her play queer. The movie does end with Maddy and Leena together after a lot of drama, but it ends on a cliffhanger with someone else coming back from the dead and a reveal that this movie was part 1 in a series. Unfortunately, I've not heard anything about plans for the next part. On to our top 3, and in the 3rd spot I've put Charlotte and Lizzie from the 2018 psychological thriller film The Perfection.
Oh, God, it's not gonna be okay, Charlotte. You need to leave me.
I'm not gonna leave you, Lizzie.
Charlotte.
The Perfection follows Charlotte, a talented young cellist who falls in love with fellow cellist Lizzie, and in her own twisted way tries to save Lizzie from the torture inflicted upon her at school. She does this by orchestrating the dismemberment of Lizzie's hand so she can no longer play the cello.
Help me! Help me, Charlotte! You know what you have to do.
Yeah. This movie was so messed up with so many twists and turns, but it ended up better than I thought it would. In their own twisted way, Charlotte and Lizzie end up together in the end, inflicting their own type of revenge on the man that tortured them for years. The dance kissing scene Charlotte and Lizzie shared at the start of the movie is so gorgeous. I'm also like a huge fan of Alison Williams, so I was stoked to see her play queer. The Perfection is an incredibly messed up film, but I would highly recommend it for Charlotte and Lizzie. And next, in my number 2 spot, is Sam and Deena from the 2021 horror trilogy series, Fear Street.
Maybe shit is doomed. I mean, here we are. We're together for one night and dead people are trying to kill us.
Sam and Deena have an overarching love story throughout the series that follows a curse that has run through a town for hundreds of years. This curse compels an individual to go on a killing spree until they eventually killed themselves. After Sam becomes cursed at the end of the first movie, Deena must find a way to break the curse before she loses the love of her life. In the final film, Deena learns the truth about the curse and how Sarah Fear is not the witch causing it, but was in fact blamed for it after the town found out about her love affair with Hannah Miller. Sarah took the blame in order to save Hannah.
I can't lose you. You won't. They want a witch. I will give them a witch.
After Deena finds out the true culprit for the curse, she kills them and saves her girl. Thankfully, we do get a happy ending for Sam and Deena. The series was also left on a cliffhanger with confirmation Netflix will be picking it up for more films. So hopefully we get our girls back fighting demons and curses together. And coming in at my number 1 spot is, of course, Dani and Jamie from the 2020 horror TV series, The Haunting of Bly Manor.
I'm so glad you stayed. I am too.
The series follows the events of a haunted manor in the UK through the eyes of the new au pair looking after the 2 children living there. This au pair, Dani, develops a relationship with the gardener, Jamie, which evolves into one of the most hauntingly beautiful love stories I've ever seen. We learn about each of their own pasts that haunt them. We see them stand by each other through all the trauma, making the most of every day they get to spend together, as those days are numbered.
I don't know how much time we have left. But however much it is, I want to spend it with you.
In order to break the haunting of the manor, Dani invited the Lady of the Lake to live within her. This trade stops the Lady in the Lake from haunting the manor, but it does mean the Lady in the Lake will eventually consume Dani. Dani ends it all before the Lady in the Lake can completely take over her body and stops the haunting completely. I cried so much watching this show, and to this day it's still one of my favorite reactions that I've ever made. So that's my top 7 list of horror girlfriends. Subscribe if you've made it this far. Otherwise, I will see you all in my next video. Okay, bye.